Homecoming is usually a time for ETSU students to come together and have fun while giving back to the community. However, this year, things took a turn when Hurricane Helene hit our surrounding areas with force. Two of the student organizations on campus took this as an opportunity to provide for our community even more.
Kappa Delta and Sigma Chi chapters on ETSU's campus were paired together for homecoming this year, where certain members like Matt Sellers were tasked with leading both organizations to victory.
So, Matt, what positions did you hold this past year in your chapter?
For the fall, I was the homecoming chair.
And what all does homecoming chair involve?
Kind of like the name implies, so I'm just over all things homecoming, but for our university and a lot of others, it's a very big deal, very busy week, a lot of moving parts going into it, so you really have to be on top of what you're doing. So really the whole homecoming week I was preparing like a month in advance for.
All of his preparation, however, couldn't have prepared anyone for the horrible devastation of Hurricane Helene, where families were left without power and wondering where their next meal would come from. This is where the homecoming tradition of canned creations came in.
Yeah, so Canned Creations is this really cool thing where it's basically like a canned food drive. You get all the donations you can, turn those donations into cans, bring them all to one designated spot whenever they're due, and then instead of just, weighing them out and seeing who has the most cans, the goal is to make a giant sculpture with all your different cans, and then you're graded on that.
After all of the cans are put into their sculptures, they're then counted up and donated to the Second Harvest Food Bank.
And how did Canned Creations change with the news of the hurricane?
Yeah, so with the hurricane, that week just got really, really messed up. So they decided to change it and made it just based on cans because they figured, okay, if you're trying to get as many donations as possible, just not even worry about the design that you're going for. We'll just try and give back to the community as much as we can, and that's what we did.
And about how many cans were we able to donate back to the community?
So our organizations, we were able to do about $8,000 in cans, which ended up being about 7 pallets worth. So honestly, a very, very good amount of cans, and yeah, like I said, that's just going straight to First Harvest Food Bank.
All of these cans went directly back into our community that was affected, of which Matt happens to be directly in the middle.
And what did this mean to you coming from an area that was affected by the hurricane so deeply?
Yeah, so I'm from Irwin, and Irwin directly is completely affected. Hospital completely destroyed, that whole area next to the Nolichucky completely destroyed. So my whole hometown is just literally in shambles. So being able to give back in that way and with that much volume just meant so much to me and just made the whole experience that much better.
Through homecoming, student organizations on ETSU's campus were able to give back to the community 10 times more than they would have been able to initially. These organizations banded together to help their own members and the rest of the community that was affected. Second Harvest takes community donations every day, which helps our community members who are still rebuilding from the Hurricane Helene incident. This is Aubrey reporting live from the campus of ETSU.